Why'd you leave?
Maybe I don't understand this. You're standing, I can't stand this.
Let me sing this.
I haven't played Fortnite in like 2 months and I'm really good. I haven't played Fortnite in 2 months, so I'm really bad.
Nice.
Good luck trying to pickaxe me.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's Austin here.
Oh, Luna.
So not long ago, I uploaded a story time about an ex-girlfriend's mom and how she was a little bit on the crazy side. And it got me thinking about another story time and how this one probably takes the cake for one of the craziest mothers I've ever dealt with in my entire life. I've dealt with a lot of people in my life that kind of fall on that crazy side, but this woman right here was one of the most ridiculous people I've ever met in my life. And when I tell this story time, you'll probably understand a little bit more on why I'm saying this, okay? So this story time takes place in 2018, okay? I had just gone through a breakup with my ex-girlfriend at the time, and her mom did not like me, to say the least, okay? Even when we were dating, her mom had a big problem with me for no reason. Even my own girlfriend didn't know why. But yeah, literally every time I go to my girlfriend's house to see her or hang out with her, her mom was super rude to me. Like, she'd always question what I did for a living. She deadass thought that I was lying about my job. She thought that I wasn't really a YouTuber. She actually thought, like, no joke, that I sold drugs and lied about it to her and said that I was a YouTuber. I'm like, that'd be the weirdest cover-up ever. Like, why would I lie about being a YouTuber to cover up the fact that I was a drug dealer? Like, I feel like if somebody was lying about being a drug dealer, they would use a much more basic job to cover it up. I don't know, like Burger King or something, or working in an office. I don't know, anything but YouTuber. I feel like that's just too unbelievable to begin with. So anyway, yeah, her mom didn't like me, to say the least, okay? And after we broke up, she didn't like me even more. She had a huge problem with me, and I'm gonna tell you all about it, okay? So 2 days after me and my girlfriend broke up, she texted me asking me if I had her credit card in my house and that she might have left it there. Now, I hadn't seen a credit card lying around my house besides my own credit card, so I replied to her and I was like, hey, I haven't seen anything lying around the house, but I'll definitely look for you and I'll let you know if I find it. She goes, okay, I'm pretty sure I left it there, so like, look hard. I'm like, yeah, for sure. So I look around my entire house. I go through my room, I go through my guest room, I go through every single room in that entire house looking for her credit card. And I knew what it looked like. I could not find it. The only thing I could find was an old Chipotle gift card. So I texted her back and I was like, hey, I can't find your credit card anywhere. Are you absolutely sure you left it here? Because I'm telling you, I cannot find it. I've looked everywhere in this whole house. She was like, did you check under your bed? Did you check under the mattress? Did you check the couch? And I was like, yes, I did. And I wasn't lying to her. I actually did check all of those places. It was not there. And I was like, yeah, I did. I couldn't find it. She was like, well, I don't know. Like, I really think I left it there. And I was like, I really don't think it's here, but I'll definitely keep an eye out for you. If I see it, I'll let you know immediately. I'll definitely keep you posted. She was like, okay, thank you. And I was like, yeah, no problem. In the meantime, hit up some of your other friends that you hang out with frequently and see if they have it. And she was like, okay, I will, thank you. So anyway, a couple days go by after that, right? I hear nothing. I think that everything's done. I think she found it. I don't know. Like, I just assume she found it. And all of a sudden, my phone rings. On this day, after hearing nothing. And the number has where I live, so I immediately know that it's probably somebody I know or somebody that lives in the area. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, who could this be? So I answer the phone. I'm like, hello? And this voice replies to me, sounding real angry. She's like, I know you have my daughter's credit card, Austin. You can't break up with her and expect to steal from her on her credit card. And that was just a very insane accusation to make right off the bat. Because first of all, I did not have her credit card. Second of all, I didn't break up with her. It was a completely mutual breakup. We both agreed to break up, and she actually was the one that initiated it. So definitely not me dumping her. Takes place in 2018, okay? Didn't like me, to say the least, okay? And after we broke up, Austin, you can't break up with her and expect to steal from her on her credit card. And that was just a very insane accusation to make right off the bat. Because first of all, I did not have her credit card. Second of all, I didn't break up with her. It was a completely mutual breakup. We both agreed to break up, and she actually was the one that initiated it. So definitely not me dumping her. So I respond to this girl's mom, and I'm like, hey, just so you know, me and your daughter mutually agreed to break up. And second of all, I'm not a scumbag. I make my own money. I don't need to steal from your daughter. I don't have her credit card here. And if I did, I would have given it back to her immediately. She goes, I'm not buying that bullshit, Austin. I know what you really do. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, dude, this girl's mom is actually insane. Like, what? So I respond to her. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you think you know, but I don't do any of the things that you think I do. I live a pretty boring life nowadays. And she goes, oh yeah, boring for a drug dealer. And I'm like, that's such an insane accusation to make. I'm gonna hang up on you now. And I hang up on her. Because I just couldn't take her accusations anymore. Like, she was just going off no facts whatsoever and just accusing me of all these different things that were not true at all. So after this, I text my ex-girlfriend. I'm like, hey, your mom just called me accusing me of a bunch of different shit, and she's just acting super weird. I would talk to her if I were you. Like, she just accused me of being a drug dealer and then said that I'm trying to steal your money. And my ex-girlfriend replies and is like, yeah, I told her that I lost my card at your house, and she's not giving it up. She thinks that you kept it and that you're going to use it to buy stuff. And I was like, okay, well, I'm telling you right now, I don't have your credit card here. She goes, don't worry, Austin, I believe you. I'm like, thank you. Please tell your mom that. And she's like, I'm trying. She's not believing me. Like, she's just being ridiculous. And I'm like, all right, well, just let me know if anything else happens. Have you found your card yet at all? She's like, no, I haven't found it. I'm like, all right, well, keep me updated. And she was like, for sure, I will. So a few more days go by after that. And at this point, I think it's really over, right? I think that she probably found her card, or her mom gave up on trying to accuse me of things. Either I thought I was in the clear. I assumed that her mom would not bother me ever again, and I could just go on with my life after that without her accusing me of random shit. But I was very wrong. I was so wrong, okay? Because that day, I get another phone call from that same number, and I immediately knew off the number that it was her. And I answer the phone, and I'm like, hello? And she goes, Austin, I need to talk to you. And I'm like, yes, what about? She goes, I know you have my daughter's credit card at that house. I know you do. Please just let me come over today and pick it up. I'm like, I don't have your daughter's credit card at my house. If you haven't found it by now, I would suggest canceling it because somebody actually might steal it. That person not being me. And she goes, I think you will. And I'm like, okay, tell me this. Have you checked your daughter's credit card transactions? And she's like, yes, I have. I'm like, are there any new transactions on it since she lost it? And she goes, no, there's not. I was like, okay, because if I was some thief like you're accusing me of being, wouldn't there be a bunch of new transactions on it and a bunch of purchases on your daughter's credit card? She's like, well, I don't know, maybe you're waiting for like a good moment to do it. I'm like, that would make no sense because you can cancel it any day now. If anything, if I was a thief, I would spend it day one. But I'm not, because I'm not a piece of shit like you're accusing me to be. She was like, whatever, Austin. She hangs up on me. So I'm assuming that it's done at that point. I'm like, okay, she gave up. There's no way she's gonna call again. There's no way she's gonna do anything. It's over, right? Oh, I was so wrong. Fast forward to the next night. Okay, one day later, it's nighttime. It's getting to be about 10 p.m. at night. And I'm on my computer recording a video for YouTube. And all of a sudden, I start hearing a really weird scratching sound at my door. Now, I honestly assumed it was like the wind blowing outside or like a branch rubbing up against my door or something. It didn't sound like a knock or anything like that. It just sounded like a weird scratching sound. So I assumed that it was nothing, right? But I keep hearing it, and then I hear my doorknob make a noise, like it's jiggling. So I immediately run downstairs, and I walk up to the front door, and I look out the window, and I see my ex-girlfriend's mom on my front porch with a screwdriver and a credit card, trying to like pick my lock and open my door. So I immediately swing the door open, and she jumps back because she's scared. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And she's like, I'm getting my daughter's credit card. I'm like, by breaking into my house, you fucking psychopath? And she goes, I know it's in here. And she gets real close to my face and starts yelling at me about how I was the worst thing to ever happen to her daughter, and how I was just such a scumbag liar. So I call up my ex on FaceTime. She's like, what's going on, Austin? I'm like, your mom is at my house right now trying to break in. And I flipped the camera around on her mom, and she looked so upset. And my ex-girlfriend immediately starts apologizing. She's like, Austin, I'm so sorry. Like, please give the phone to my mom. Let me talk to her. So I hand my phone to my ex-girlfriend's mom, who's very angry on my front porch. And she's like, what do you want, honey? And my ex-girlfriend's like, Mom, you need to leave there right now. Leave Austin alone. I don't know what you think you're doing, but you need to leave. You have 1 minute to leave. If you're not off his porch in 1 minute, I'm calling the police on you. She's like, I'm just trying to help you. And my ex is like, I don't need your help. Austin did nothing wrong. Leave him alone. Put back the phone. She hands me back my phone. And my ex-girlfriend's like, Austin, she's not well right now. Like, please just bear with me. I'm going to get her the right help she needs. Please just let me handle this and don't get the police involved tonight. And I was like, don't worry about it. I got you. Because I know that my ex-girlfriend was being genuine and that her mom was probably battling some problems. Because it's not normal to just go and try and break into somebody's house while they're home because of a lost credit card. That's just not something that